Please be advised that Little Miss Recap contains adult language. Hi everyone, welcome to Little Miss Recap, the podcast where we advocate for wearing helmets when you are ATV riding. And we see here that Emily did have a helmet on, but it could have been so much worse if she didn't. Oh my God, she'd probably be like brain dead.
Holy crap, dude. She really got freaking hurt. And I was amazed at how she was like so calmly just laying there not doing any. Like, I don't know if I would have been freaking out. She was kind of in shock
though. Like, did you hear her saying to him, like, she was going, am I okay? Am I okay? Like, she was kind of in shock. It was very dramatic.
It really was. It really was.
I'm going to start off our episode. My name's Amy. I'm here with the noodle to my sauce, Steph. And I'm going to start off with a little ire that I have towards Emily from last week's, help me, after party.
After party.
She came for Austin, apparently. Now, I didn't see the entire thing. I just saw this clip.
Me too.
It made me enraged because she's like, why won't you just have sex with Becca?
Yeah.
And Austin's trying to say to her, like, just because I move at my own pace, we all know his slower intimacy pace, just because I move at my own pace, like, that's not fair to ask. And I think what he's saying without saying it, because he's too much of a decent person to really read her for filth on national television. I think what he's trying to say is, would you ever ask a woman that? Like, would you ever say to a woman, why don't you just have sex with him? Why don't you just bang him?
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. Like, I just felt like, why is she suddenly the relationship expert?
I think she's just so angry that it didn't work out. Like, that she got a bad dude, which I think she did, you know?
I think all of them got bad dudes.
No, I do too. But I think hers is probably, next to Lauren, because let's not even go the fucking there. But I do think that she's just spilling her anger into like everything. It's just, she's vomiting anger all over the place.
I agree. It's just not, it's not the best look for her.
No, it's
like,
not.
A way that she could approach this better would be to say something like, Austin, what you're saying isn't matching your actions. And that's where I have a hard time with you. Instead of saying, why don't you fuck her? Like, just say, it feels hypocritical to me that behind the scenes you're saying one thing and on camera you're saying another. That's all she had to say.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
She's something else this
But
one.
you are right, though. We would never ask a woman that.
No.
In fact, if somebody did, we'd be freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, because, imagine if Brennan said that to Chloe or to Becca. I'd be like, I would come for him.
I know. I would too. So
I don't need much of a reason.
No. I don't need any, actually.
No.
He's given us enough.
So, guys, if you're listening to this, it's Thursday. Hopefully you've heard the episode that Amanda and I did when we talked with Dr. Adam about sister wives and some of the body language and interpersonal dynamics that are happening on that show. That was an interesting conversation. Steph and I are here to tell you that Prison Brides will be dropping tomorrow. And this episode's good, but the trailer for the rest of the season?
You guys, shit is getting good.
Like, Hottie McCrimes is in danger.
Hottie McCrimes is in danger. Savea blew my mind. I can't wait. I'm all in. I'm all in.
It's getting really good. I think that will be picked up for another season.
I think so too. I hope so.
If they could find 7 more women. See, what they should have done, I think they overshot. I think they should have had like 4 people. And we got to really know their stories.
I agree, because there's already there's a few couples that we don't see every week. So it's like, I kind of forget, like we could split this up into at least 2 shows, at least.
I agree. Guys, apologize my mouth sounds and everything else. I'm battling again some kind of cold.
Dude.
I know, and I had to get up and rage about Scott Peterson for an hour and a half this morning, and that was rough.
Don't even.
That was rough.
You have no idea. I'm so
Next
I
week,
know.
you and I will talk about it. I don't want to talk about too much until the
Mhm,
episode
mhm.
drops, but next week I'll get your thoughts and we could go through it a little bit.
I was so obsessed when that was happening
Me too.
because I had just had my boys. My kids were real small. I was like, I knew everything there
You
was to
had
know
them that
about it.
year.
What year was it 2002?
She went missing Christmas of 2002.
Yeah. It was right
So you
after I had
had
my
them 2
kids.
weeks
Yeah.
earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, yep, yep. No,
All
well,
right.
right. No, she went missing like days before I had them.
No, she went missing December. Oh yeah, December 23rd. When did you have them? The 28th?
December 28th.
Yeah.
Like, so
I was thinking my girls were born on the 12th, sorry.
I remember I was home on maternity leave. Like, I was
Mhm.
all in. Like, I was so
Mhm.
obsessed with that story, and I
Me
knew
too.
everything there was, and I still do. I'm like a vault. It's like
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah.
I was obsessed.
I even said to Amanda this morning, I'm like, I can't wait until the recording of this episode is over because I am so far down a rabbit hole. I'm
I know.
reading testimony. I'm
I did it too.
reading the appeals that
I
came out
know.
in 2017. I'm reading
Yep.
all of that. Like, I'm
I
done. I
know.
can't.
I've done it.
Okay.
I've done it.
hmm
It's crazy.
So let's scoot on over to Married at First Sight, season 17, episode 16, Rocky Retreat. And by my calculations, we still have 10 more episodes of this.
I don't think you're right.
I think I'm right. I think it's
I
going
mean,
to go to
you're
episode 25.
I'm always wrong, but
You're not
I'm
always
okay with
wrong.
it.
You're right a
Mm,
lot, but I think I'm right on this one.
mm.
So it's the couples retreat, guys. And according to MAFS fan, this house belongs to, and they say it like a famous Denver Bronco. I don't know the name
Somebody,
of the
I don't
guy.
know. I was like
Is it
Becca, touchdown, oh, whatever.
the only Denver Bronco I know is John Elway, who I think was their quarterback in the 80s.
The only thing I know about Bronco is O.J. Simpson was chased in a white one. Like I know not. When it comes to sports, you guys, I'm useless. I bet you're all shocked, but
I'm looking up John Elway. Hold on.
oh boy.
He's 63 right now, so that'll tell you something. Oh,
Mm,
here, he was on the Broncos from 83 to 98.
wow.
But I
It's a
want to
good
say
it's a
they
good
had
run.
like he never led his team to a bowl game. Oh, that was okay, hold on. I want to say that they either won the Super Bowl and were in the Super Bowl when he was with them. Now I'm going down rabbit hole.
Who
Here. In
knows?
1986, Elway led the Broncos to Super Bowl 21 after defeating the Cleveland Browns on a famous possession at the end of the fourth quarter that became known as the drive. Da, 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 da. So did they win? Did they win? No. It looks like the Giants won that one. Okay. So just so you not only am I talking about football, no one cares, but I'm talking about football game that happened in the 80s.
And I'm like, football, I care zero about.
Well,
Uh,
there's a certain amount of like whenever sports comes up in trivia, I mean, we're just fucked, right?
yeah.
So there's a certain answers, and if there's ever a Denver Broncos answer, my answers or question, my answer is always John Elway because that's the only one
Oh,
I know.
I don't
So
even know.
put him
I got
away.
nothing.
Okay, Michael and Chloe's where we're gonna start.
Okay, go.
Okay.
Ruff my
So
brains.
we pick up where we left off, and I did notice that Michael has a tattoo on his collarbone that says prolific.
Mm-hmm.
It took me 75 years to figure out what that said.
Really, I
At
didn't
first,
even
I thought it
notice.
said profile. Then I
Profile.
thought it maybe said like pro life. I was like, that doesn't match. I didn't
No.
know what was happening. Prolific.
I
They
kind
touch
of like
base.
his tattoos, actually.
I think he's sexy as hell. What
I
is
do too.
happening?
I
Do I
don't
need
know.
the
I'm
shame bell?
like, I need it too. Shame us both.
Oh, it's not working today. Oh, so maybe it's not shameable.
Mm,
I
I
don't know.
mean,
Did you hear it? Could you hear it?
yes,
Oh,
it's
it wasn't
fine.
working on my side.
Oh no, I
Mm-mm.
heard it.
Nope, not working for me. Okay. So they touch base about the conversation they had yesterday, and she's like, you handled it amazing. And Michael says he might be hesitant changing his living space. That's the only problem. And they have a nice talk about how they're just gonna have to move forward
Yep,
slowly and see what
yep,
happens.
yep.
Now they come home to the apartment. Chloe's loving it. She gives Michael the bigger closet because he needs it. They talk about art for the living room, and he's like, I have that Francisca Goya painting, Saturn devouring his
Saturn,
son.
yeah.
Have you ever seen this? It's fucking wild. And I can't imagine, like, I would walk into Jenny's house and see that hanging on her wall 100%.
Yeah.
Chloe's
Not
house?
so much. Mm-mm.
And Jenny's my older sister, guys. She's
Mhm.
kind of into that shit. But Chloe's house? No.
No.
No, she's not hanging Saturn devouring his son. No.
No.
So you could tell Chloe is kind of off. And she tells the camera, like, I'm an introvert, and usually after a trip, I would go home and decompress, but guess that's not happening.
Yeah. Dude, she's looking real stressed out.
I'm worried about these two, and we'll talk about it.
Me too.
Michael brings Chloe coffee, and she says she was in a dark space yesterday. This is the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
And she was in bed at 7:45.
What? Is she me?
I have a question for you. Is she
Yes.
in bed, like, sleeping, or is she in bed watching The Office?
I think she was sleeping.
At 7:45.
She doesn't look like an office person. I don't think she likes fun.
She was probably watching HGTV. Oh, wait, don't make me go all Brennan on you, accusing me of not liking fun.
You know what I mean. Not that I don't think she likes fun. I just don't see her as like a fan of The Office, right?
She was probably watching HGTV.
Yeah. Or
She's
like,
probably real big fan of Chip and Joanna.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I could see that.
So
no shame.
he tells her, look, I might look like Iron Man. I might look like Tony Stark.
No, you don't.
Get
No, you don't.
Robert Downey Jr.'s name out of your mouth.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Sir.
No, you don't.
No, sir. No.
That's like when Chloe, I almost said it again, when Cody talked about REM and we almost lost our minds. Jesus Christ, dude.
No.
So he's like, I might look like Iron Man, but I'm overwhelmed and you're not alone. And Chloe says he's so thoughtful and attentive, and so far everything's fine.
Yes. And he does appear to be.
Yes.
Like, I think I said to you, like, is he too good to be true? Could, like,
at this point, if I ran into this guy in a bar when I was single, I would do unconscionable things to him. Like, I would bang his brains out.
Me too.
That's not to say that's not going to change.
Correct.
I mean, all these men are awful, and I'm just waiting for him to, I'm waiting for, do you remember the show V when we were kids? No. They were like lizard-like aliens, but they wore like human suits. I'm just waiting for them to unzip him, and there's a lizard underneath.
Yes. So here's the thing with you and I, though. Like, there's not a guy. This is fucking terrible.
Oh, no.
There's not a guy that we wouldn't bang at some point in the evening. I mean,
wow. There's a lot of guys I wouldn't bang.
Listen.
Cody Brown, Scott Peterson, Orion.
Do we need to go back to December 18th?
Okay.
You were gonna bang Orion. You were gonna bang Cody Brown. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Shame. Shame.
It just cracks me up, and hear me out, because we're like,
that's like Lance Devereaux and me.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying we go through so many different emotions with these people that it's like, I would never bang him. I would totally bang him. I would never bang him. Oh, I would totally bang him. Like, what? We can't make up our minds.
That's true. That's true. I was in a dark place on December 18th.
Even I was going to bang David Woolley Brown. Funny shit.
You guys don't know what we're talking about.
Oh, man.
Amanda and I said on our Patreon episode of Sister Wives that we would.
Who would we bang?
Stephanie, please repeat it.
Okay, it was a bang off. Cody Brown or David Woolley. And those two psychopaths both said Cody Brown. I said David Woolley, just for the record. And I was arguing with them over, like, in a group chat. And they were adamant that it would be Cody. And I was like, you two are psychopaths. And sure enough,
it was
right.
One of the lowest days of my life. And then Orion. I said I would bang Orion.
Yeah, I know, guys.
But remember. This is okay. But also understand this is part of what's broken inside of me. Is I get easily sucked in.
Like, we're all broken.
as Drug Nana on Virgin River once said, when someone shows you what they are, believe them, when she was quoting Maya Angelou. Um,
Drug me and I miss her.
so
Guys.
yes, I just take people at face value, and
But
I think they're great, and then they show their true colors.
but that's exactly my point. At some point in the evening, we take them for face value and we bang them until we see the real side, and then
True,
it's like, "Nah, I wouldn't have
true,
done that." How many
true,
bottles of wine?
true. So we're at Chloe's apartment, and she has a trunk. It's her grandfather's old army trunk
Which
from
I loved.
World War II that she refinished. Didn't
Which
love the refinishing.
Okay, so I have my grandparents had a trunk, I mean, a beautiful, beautiful trunk that I redid. It was actually one of the first pieces that I redid when I started, learning how to refinish furniture.
Yeah.
And I love it so much. And I was a little disappointed in her design. I'm not going to
I don't
lie.
like I don't like overly gold shiny
Me too.
things,
Me
but
too.
that's just a preference.
I want to
Whatever.
say though, in her apartment, all we've heard about is how she's a minimalist and all these
Yeah,
things. I didn't see that at
Michael's
all.
like, "This
No.
has way more decorative touches than you let on."
Yes, and I agree.
Mhm. He said she might be a closet maximist
Yeah,
because she has pockets of flavor, as he
yeah,
says.
and he's not wrong.
So she has a Peloton, boxing gloves, he loves boxing. Then they do this struggle to put the comforter in the duvet.
Yeah,
She gets in it,
that was kinda
which is
funny. It
hilarious.
was hilarious.
And he gets all chubbed up over this. Like he
Mhm.
is
Oh,
ready.
yeah.
Um, I have to say something about him. I think he
What?
has a big penis.
Well, at least he didn't announce it like Orion did.
I know, but I think he does. I think you
I
rip Iron Orion's birth certificate off him and give it to Michael.
Mhm,
Mhm. He has
mhm.
the build. Think
Yeah,
about, we always talk about this.
I'm agreeing.
Yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
not even disagreeing.
So, Michael's like, "After watching that little mating dance, I might need a cigarette." And she's laughing hysterical. Then he tries on some of her jewelry, and she tells the camera that he
Mm.
really leans into his feminine side, and she's not sure how she feels about it. And I'm like, here we go. This is the
I
problem.
know.
All right. Now
Yeah.
we're at Michael's apartment, and his little dog, Milo, comes up. What'd you think of Milo?
It was adorable, but I think I loved Franklin the cat even more because it looked super pissed.
Franklin the cat, Graham the cat. I love them
Yeah.
all. I love
Mhm,
these
mhm.
cats. Love this dog.
I know.
They're coming to the new place. So Chloe's dogs are being watched by someone for the
Her
length of the
cousin, yeah.
experiment, and
Mhm.
he's bringing his pets. His apartment is nice, very neat. He has a ton of shoes in his closet. He has a ton of jackets. He likes to go through them. He puts some on
Here's
her. He likes her style.
I have to say something.
Okay.
All we've heard about was this guy's clothing collection, his closet. I didn't think it
Mhm.
was that bad.
Me
My
either.
husband has a worse closet than Brokeback Prince.
Well, I don't think Chloe thought it was bad.
No, she
She was like, "Oh,
didn't.
this isn't that bad."
Like,
Yeah.
I feel like she was exaggerating on her minimalism, and he was exaggerating on his clothing storage. Like, what?
Yep. Then he pulls out a skirt that he wears, and she's
Oh,
like, "Ugh." Now,
she literally is a
can we talk about this
full-blown
a minute
skirt.
before we get to Pastor Cal, who I'm gonna rage on?
Mhm, mhm.
I have 0 problem with this. 0 problem with him wanting to wear skirts and jewelry. I have 0 problem with that. I don't know why, I just don't.
I don't have a problem with it. I don't know that I would be attracted to a guy in a skirt for any no, I don't that's a terrible thing to say. I don't even know why I feel that way. I'm an
See, I
asshole.
think I could be. I think a guy who
Well,
leans
see
that much into his feminine side is hot to me.
really?
Yes.
I
So
mean,
while
maybe
there
you're
is a
onto
broken part of
something.
me that likes the toxic masculinity, I also really like this kind of stuff.
So here's where I'm ridiculous, and this is maybe where I need to rethink how I actually really feel because, like, a Scot in a kilt,
Mhm.
I'm there.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
like, why would this you know what it is? It's not so much the skirt that I think bothers me more than it was the jewelry. Like, that pearl necklace was a bit much for me.
Yeah. See, I
I
think
couldn't
that's
get behind
hot
that.
cuz I don't know. I guess like I talk about this a lot, but like when I was in high school and I was like a poet, I was a
Mhm.
misfit and I always was attracted to like artists and misfit style people,
I
and
know.
he's my people, I feel like. Like I'm
It's
like, okay.
It's
I could get
funny.
behind this.
It's funny because in high school I was as well. There was a guy, and actually I still see him occasionally. Not no, like not in that. Like I've never dated. There was a guy in high school that I was obsessed with, and he was like very, very much like Brokeback Prince. Like he used to put.
Mhm.
He was the best. He had like, I mean, it was the '90s. It was grungy. He had like
Mhm.
longer hair, and sometimes he would put Fruit Loops on his dreadlocks, and I used to think that was so hot. Like what?
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Hey everyone, stay tuned. Little Miss Recap will be right back after these words. So, Pastor Cal.
Castor Pal, man.
Dude, I have a real problem with this guy. I have said this
Yep.
before. The misogyny is real. And I sent you the video that he put on
That was the
Instagram.
nail in the coffin. That
Yep.
was the Castor Pal nail in the coffin for
He
Stephanie.
put a reel on Instagram where he's basically like, women be shopping.
Mhm.
Like, oh, husbands, are you tired of being dragged out
Yeah.
shopping with your wives?
They gotta return stuff. What? Fuck
It
you,
was the
sir.
most, like, misogynistic. It was gross, and it
It
was
was
really
gross.
women, am I right? That kinda thing.
It was bad. Fuck
So,
him.
he shows up and he's like, so, I'm glad that we had a chance to do better and there's a maturity here." And Chloe says she doesn't think that 2 years ago she could have been married, and she feels like she's right, in the right headspace.
Mhm. Mhm.
Now they shame Michael, and it's gross. And Chloe goes, "He's wearing my jewelry." And Pastor Cal's like, "What? He's wearing your jewelry?" Like, he is the worst person to have this conversation with.
Can I say
And
something though?
yeah, go ahead.
I don't think Chloe started off shaming him. Pastor Cal is the one that started the shaming, that opened up the door for her to kind of lean into that a little bit, but I
But
don't
I
think she
right,
was starting that.
but I think he sensed that it was bothering her.
He did. He
Yeah.
did,
And then
and
you're right.
I
He
mean, and
gave her
that's
the
okay.
permission to do it. No, you're
Mhm,
right.
mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
So Michael's kind of like, "Well, yeah, we're like leaning into this. Like, she's wearing my sweaters and I'm wearing," and Pastor Cal's like, "Look, my wife wears my shirts and stuff sometimes, but I don't wear her jewelry because I'm a man." Like, it's just real bad.
Mm-mm.
It's gross.
It was awful.
And Pastor Cal's like, "What are your feelings about this very unorthodox man we matched you with? Are you okay with it?" And Chloe's like, "It's not that it's my jewelry. He's just very different than any other person that I've dated." And he leans so heavy into his feminine side that it's like she needs a moment to adjust to it. She's going to have a problem with this.
How about well, yes, and I and she's allowed to. I
Sure.
mean, she's allowed her own opinion, but when she started saying he's not like she couldn't make her point any clearer. He's not someone that I would ever have looked at or dated or looked at or given a second chance to ever in the
Mhm.
whole world. Like, that's not really what she said,
Mhm.
but that's what I was hearing. Ever,
Yeah.
ever, ever. This is somebody like what we get it. We get it, Chloe.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Like, I like her, but I think
I do
she's
too.
just so conservative. Not conservative
Mm,
politically,
mm-mm.
conservative just in her
In her,
life.
yeah.
Like, again,
I don't
she's
even want to say conservative. I think traditional.
traditional, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
That
don't think
she's
she, yeah,
not she's not appreciating this in Michael the way
I
I am.
agree.
So, Pastor Cal says the traits like caring and nurturing sensitivity, isn't it sad that they're referred to as feminine? Yeah, you're helping perpetuate this.
That,
What are you
okay.
talking about?
Thank you. Thank you, Amy, because the entire
Jesus.
time during this conversation, I was like, this is exactly you're describing yourself, Castor Pal. Like,
Yeah.
what the
Yep.
fuck, dude?
Yep. Chloe says, "My norm has never worked for me, so like we'll see. I never would have chosen him, but you gave me a man with a heart of gold, and I value his authentic self more than what people think."
Mm.
Okay. Chloe says their emotional connection is growing every day. Michael says he's very attracted to her and wants her. And Pastor Cal asks if Chloe's okay with it. She says, "Yeah, I'm okay with it."
Hmm.
And then Pastor Cal gives them permission to have sex. Thanks, Pastor Cal.
Yeah.
We have a little tiny scene with Bremily before we get to the group scene. They're packing up and she's like, I'm just blah about Brennan. Like, I just want a last hurrah before decision day and I'm going to have fun. Emily accidentally calls Mike and Chloe Orion and Chloe.
Mhm.
And Brennan's like, it's Orion. This is
I
it.
know.
And Brennan tells the camera, we're on the same page. Zero pressure. Just having fun. Zero pressure. Just want to go
Yep.
have some bro time.
We're not on the
They
same
get
page, sir.
they arrive at the place and he picks a separate room. Of
Mhm.
course.
Shocker. Were
Mhm.
you shocked by that?
No.
No.
Austin and Becca, they're packing. He implies this is going to be a bang trip. They arrive at the house first. They're super impressed. It's a football player's house, but they can't say his name, which is so dumb. They keep
Mhm.
like blurring out anything specific.
How about in the car ride, though? He was, like, obsessed with Chloe. He can't wait to meet her and learn about her and see what she's all about. I was like, "Okay, calm down, sir."
Yeah, there's a
Like,
theory
he
online that
was
he's banging her, but I don't think that's true.
Oh, really?
I don't think that's true at all. Mm-mm.
No. I
Maybe I'll eat
hope
my
not.
words, but I don't think it's true. All right, here we go. So they're at the retreat. Austin is showing Brennan the house, and Brennan's like, "Bro, imagine the parties here." I hate this douchebag.
I
I
know.
can't hide it. I'm sorry,
I
guys.
know.
I'm trying to be
I
fair and
know.
objective, but I just can't
It's
be.
so hard.
Meanwhile, Emily's hoping Becca gets laid here on this trip. This
Mhm.
is it. This is your bang trip.
Oh.
Orion shows up in an old Chevy truck, and I just wrote, why, 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 why,
Why?
why, why, why,
Who
why, why?
invited
Why is he
him?
here? Why is he here?
Who's inviting him?
Who?
And
who-
I know,
I, I
like, we're like, I can't. I
I already raged so much about Scott Peterson. Now I'm faced with this douchebag.
know.
Orion says his intention in coming is wanting to smooth things over and build a bridge. And he tells the group that the wedding last week was the first time he and Lauren spoke, and they were able to be civil, and hopefully they can continue that. Claire is here. Why? Why is Claire
Claire.
here? Why
Claire.
is Claire here? Why is Orion here? They're not married anymore.
Why is Claire still living in the apartment? Somebody help me
I don't know.
understand
I
that
don't know.
part.
Cam's
Lauren
not
and
even returning her fucking
no,
calls.
Lauren and Orion aren't living in the apartment. Why is
Cam
Claire?
Cam isn't even self-filming. Like, here I
I
am. I
know.
had my heart procedure. Like, none of that.
I
He's
know.
done
I
nothing.
flatter. Yeah,
He's just done. He's
he's just
fucking
gone.
done.
Mhm.
So they all get ready for dinner and they all sit down. And I wrote, who's cooking? Who's cooking? Nobody.
Mhm.
Food just appears
Mhm.
in front of them later.
Do you think
And
there's a chef
I have no idea. Or they ordered out. Like,
ordered?
cook
Yeah, I don't
something.
know.
This is so weird. Lauren pulls up and tells the camera she's disappointed that she and Orion haven't spoken despite him saying on camera he wants to be friends.
I can't.
She says he always does this. He always wants contact, but there's zero follow through.
Shocker.
Suddenly, food has appeared. And Austin and Becca are doing massages tomorrow, and Emily announces she has some ATVing booked for her and Brennan. Austin says he's jealous and hopes they crash.
I know. Oh my god, he totally put that into the universe.
Wow.
He totally put that out into the universe. You never say something like that. That's terrible.
That was terrible. Claire and Lauren wonder out loud why they are at a couples retreat without being couples. We do too.
Yeah,
We're
same
wondering
girls.
too.
Mhm.
Dickbag speaks up. That's Orion.
Which one?
That's Orion. Now, I kind of wrote this verbatim because the way he talks is just so performative. He says,
It is.
obviously, Lauren and I are at a different level than the other couples. With that being said, yeah, ultimately, I am proud of where we are both at. But with that being said, I'm looking to turn the page on what's happened and open up a new narrative. Shut the fuck up, is
I
what I want to
can't.
say to his
I
face.
know.
I
Please,
want to
somebody
I
help.
need to go with a baseball bat and just hit his truck in from every side.
I know. I would
Did I
love to
just
do
admit that? Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, I
Little
would
Miss
do it
Recap
too.
does not condone vehicle violence in any way
Yeah.
towards anybody.
Well, sometimes.
Lauren, this is so great. Lauren just tells the camera, nope, 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 not happening.
Mm-mm.
Austin and Becca get in bed and they're like high-fiving and shit. It's real weird.
Real weird.
They say, love you, good night.
Yeah.
They cuddle. An hour later, something has happened, and he gets out of bed and goes into another room.
I don't understand this,
I have a
and they don't
theory. I have 2 theories.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
hit
you
me.
tell me which one you like.
Alright.
Theory number 1, they were making comments about how small the bed was, and she was saying she would have to lay on top of him, and he was drunk, and I'm wondering if he just got like I would get, like, "Ugh, I gotta get out of here and get into a bigger bed."
Hmm,
Number
okay.
2, she made a move on him, and he couldn't get hard.
That's what I think was happening.
Okay,
I think it's number 2. I
okay,
do.
alright. There could be a number 3, 4, 5, and 6, and I just don't know what they are.
So she says later, "Oh, well, you're gonna get there, I'm sure.
Yeah,
He
yeah, yeah, here.
apologizes, whatever."
So, Becca says he was drunk, and he apologized, and they put it behind them.
Mm-mm. No, I'm
That's
not
it.
buying it anymore. He wasn't that drunk. We saw him. We
Yeah, he
saw
wasn't he
him.
wasn't like my level drunk where you're falling
No.
and banging into walls and shit. No.
Same. No. No. I'm not buying it.
I have also had sex with many drunk men in my life, and him not being able to get it up could be a real thing related to his drunkenness.
Of course.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what was happening, but something is rotten in
Yeah.
Denmark here. Lauren and Claire play basketball. Is this really what they're wasting our time with? This is what's happening?
I
We're
know. Can we
watching
just
2
skip
adult
over
women
it?
play basketball?
Like, I don't even care.
Claire says this is a healing trip. She wants to call Cam, but he likes to be alone. He is not even answering her fucking
He's
calls.
not. He's not. He's like, peace out.
He
He's
peaced
done.
out. He peaced
Yeah.
out.
Do you think we're going to see him at all?
I don't know. He's
I
never
don't
been on
either.
After Party, right?
No?
Was he on After Party once in the beginning?
Maybe early on. I think maybe early on, but that was it.
So while they're playing basketball, they're talking about what a phony Orion is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that I'm here for. Austin and Becca go to get their massage, and she says she feels better this morning because she did feel rejected last night.
A massage or a beating? What was this?
I'm
Somebody
not
explain
I'm
this
not
to
somebody
me.
who can get massaged easily. Like I get very, even when my chiropractor is like massaging my neck a little bit,
I love
I'm
it.
like super tense and like stop because I don't like anybody touching my neck.
Oh, I love to be massaged. I will let anyone massage me,
I
truly.
just don't
But
like it deeply.
this, I like it deep. But this was not a massage. What was this?
I don't
Somebody
know. I
help
don't
me.
know. I don't know.
And I've had plenty of massages. I've never had a couples massage, but I've never seen anything like this. I don't even know what this was.
Well, they go to this spa and this weird dude is there. And I'm all into
Mhm.
him.
I
I
know,
would bang this dude.
in his like gnome hat.
Yeah,
Like
I wrote that
what?
he's kind of hot, but he's weird. I don't
Weird.
know. I
I
like him.
know. I know.
And Becca
So
tells the
funny.
camera, like, this is a weird place. It's dark. There's cold water. We get a total boob shot from her.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then they talk after, and Austin tells her how great she did, and they kiss. And he says, this feels very intimate. And I know we have our up and downs, but, I think and I hope you feel the same way that we're working on things and things are getting better with my slower intimacy speed.
Oh my lord, sir.
Mhm.
I'm so over it. I can't imagine how she feels because I'm fucking sick of hearing about it, and I'm not her.
I hate this motherfucker. No, I don't
I
hate
don't
him.
hate
I
him
don't hate
either.
him. I just saw Brennan's name because he's next, and I hate this
Yeah, no.
motherfucker.
Well, yeah.
So Brennan tells the camera, this is us just being friends and having fun, and we're outside and we're doing some adventuring together.
What is with the adventuring with these two?
It's
We're
something it's
adventuring.
something she started saying on the honeymoon. Because, of course she has to
I
do
know.
that kind of stuff.
So we're gonna go adventuring. It's been
Uh-huh.
a while
Uh-huh.
since we've gone adventuring. Oh my god.
Then she flips over on the ATV.
This was terrible. You guys, this was
She
terrible.
flipped.
No, here's what I want to say because I did note it. So I rewound this like 3 times to watch it
Yeah.
over and over again.
It's hard
And
to
it
watch.
literally just looks like she just veered off in the wrong direction. Like almost like she did it on purpose, which I know she didn't. I don't please, I'm
No,
not
but
denying that
have
she did.
you've driven quads before, right?
No, I haven't.
So when you're on a quad and you're driving a quad, if your tire like gets in a rut, it will pull you. Like you have
Well, you
almost
can
no control. And
no,
that's
because
exactly what
that's
happened.
it had to be because if you like
Mhm.
watch it like truly, she literally just goes off in the wrong almost it looks intentional. That's how bizarre it was, and I
Yeah,
know
and
that
I
it
don't
wasn't.
I think what happened is it looked like they were going down a path with ruts,
Ruts, you're right,
and,
yeah.
like, there was a wall on the side, and, like, it got caught in that and then flipped
Mhm.
her on her side.
And I
And
also
this is
want
why I'm terrified of quads.
I don't
I
like
used
quads.
to ride them, and then
Mm-mm.
the minute I would feel, like, off camper, I would jump off, even if
Yeah.
the quad was still driving, and
I've
I
never
can't do it.
I've never been on one just because I'm a big scaredy cat, but
Mhm.
this looked terrifying, and I want to know why she was in the back.
I have to
Why was
tell
she
you
trailing
that
behind?
there was one time when we lived at our old house when Timmy and I the girls were small, they had to be maybe 2. We sent them to my dad's, and we decided to go on a long quad ride, which is a big step for me.
Yeah.
I don't trust people. I don't even let people drive me around, let alone get on the back of a quad.
You
So
let me drive you around.
I'm not I don't like it. So I'm on the back of a quad, and I'm holding on to Timmy. We go for I swear to God, we went probably 30 miles one direction, 20 in
Mm.
another. Like, we were gone for, like, 3 or 4 hours, and we got caught in a torrential downpour, and he is
Mm.
just gunning it home, and the rain is just hitting us, and I'm screaming the entire time.
Oh my god.
It was so
That sounds
terrible. And
that
you know
sounds
him, like,
horrible.
he's a daredevil. Like, he will go 117.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, yeah, it was
Mm-mm.
scary. I
No,
felt
I
like,
don't like it.
I know you won't get this reference, but on Welcome to Plathville, there was this episode where Olivia was complaining that her husband does donuts a lot in the car, and she gets really scared,
No.
and she
I have
doesn't
a
like it.
I have a real problem when somebody who's in control of operating something is reckless when they know that I'm scared and I'm asking
Right,
them to stop and they won't.
right.
I don't
I don't
that
like people who think it's funny when I'm
it's
scared.
not. Mhm,
It's not.
mhm. Which is kind
Okay.
of on the like, on the heels of, like, how I think it's funny to scare little kids.
I think it's hilarious to scare little kids.
But
But I like a jump scare. I don't wanna terrorize little children. Like,
right.
I don't want them scared over a period of 2 to 3 minutes.
Correct.
I just
Yeah.
like to hide in the laundry room, and when they come upstairs,
Jump
I
out.
jump out
Yeah.
and they
Mhm.
scream.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
So she flips this thing, and it's bad.
Oh,
And she's in shock, and she's asking Brennan, "Am I okay? Am I going to be okay? Like, am I okay?"
yeah.
And Brennan's holding her hand and telling her she will be, but he's not saying much.
I know. Nobody's saying much.
The
That's
the
the part that
medics
I
are like,
didn't
"Oh, fuck," like, because there's
but
blood all over the place.
yeah, but that's the part that, like, no one was saying anything, and I didn't like, I
No.
needed somebody to be talking. Somebody
Yeah.
should have been talking to her
And it
just to
was
keep her
wild
in, like
because she had a helmet on, but there was still all that blood, and I
I
think maybe
know.
her helmet cut her forehead.
I
I'm
don't
sure we'll find
know.
out more
Yeah,
next week. But she gets taken in an ambulance,
yeah.
and that's the end of the episode, and we need to talk about next time on,
Okay.
because there is a scene of Brennan in a confessional. We see that Emily is in the hospital.
Mm.
We see the monitors. Now, I had to call my daughter into the room to help me decipher what he said because I couldn't hear it and I didn't have closed captioning on. And
Mm.
he's a mumbler. So, what
Yeah,
he
never
said
look.
is, "I'm here in sickness and in health."
Yeah.
I
Sir?
wanted to reach through the screen
Uh-huh.
and smash his head off the camera that was filming him. That's how
I
angry I
know.
was.
I know. It was terrible.
You're
He
here in
is
sickness and in health.
fuck you.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I really do hope that she's okay though. Like that looked bad.
Well, we know she's okay. She's not an
I
after
know.
party.
Well, I know.
But
Obviously, I know,
but
but
it's bad.
it's bad though.
It's bad.
I just don't like to see anybody get hurt like that. That was scary.
I was teaching one year, and where I live, it's very rural, very country, and people ride
Mhm.
four-wheelers all the time. And one
Mhm.
of the girls in my class flipped a quad, and she quit college because she had a TBI. Like, she couldn't, you know,
A
do
TBI.
anything. Yeah, TBI.
Yikes. Okay. Hope.
So,
Was her
Chloe
name
and
Hope?
Michael Hope and Doc from Virgin River. So, Chloe and Michael show up to the couples retreat, so they're coming in. They all
Mhm.
go to some sort of gym because this is a trope. We have to test your physical strength, I
Yeah.
guess.
but
Michael's in
was
incredible
killing it.
shape. Yes, and
Yes.
Chloe is real turned on.
Yeah, I would be too. He looked kinda hot.
Orion wants to build a bridge, and the only bridge I wanna see him build is one that collapses into the water
Oh
because
my
this
god.
motherfucker needs to go away.
Why is the universe allowing him to do this to her? Why? Why is production putting her in this situation? Extract her from him in all scenarios. She needs to be nowhere near him. Why?
Well, they're basically watching Brennan be a monster to Emily and not doing
I
anything there
know.
either.
I know they are. I'm just saying, like, if we have to hear this motherfucker one more time, he misses the connection. Fuck you, sir. You're the one that tapped out.
He just wants to be on TV.
I
He
know.
just
I
wants to
hate
be on
him.
TV.
Hate
So Becca is crying that sucks not to feel wanted. And that's what
him.
we see for next week on. So like I don't know. These episodes are so slow. There's like nobody who's married anymore. Like, please
I know.
stop. Just
Just
stop.
stop.
Just stop. I mean, we need somebody to just call an audible and be like, this season's only going to be 22 episodes. We're done. 2
Mhm.
more, wrap it up, done.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why Claire is going through with this ruse of being on the show unless we
I
see
don't
Cam again, but I can't imagine we do.
I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I truly don't know.
I don't know either. I don't
Wild
know.
though.
Guys, that's it. That's our coverage. That's
That's
episode
it.
16.
I don't think
Rocky
so.
retreat. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Any
I
other
don't know,
thoughts?
man. I mean, I do have something. I was practicing my Chloe impersonation.
Okay.
Did you notice how she's very sing-songy? Hi.
Hi. Oh,
Oh,
look at you, Milo.
I have a
Yeah. Yeah.
fireplace.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
nice to see
That's what I'm
you.
saying. Like, she's very sweet, and I really like
Yes,
her.
I do too.
I don't know. I feel like Michael might need a little bit of a bad bitch in
I
some
know.
situations, and she's not going to be it.
I know. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie though. I'm really curious to see how these two play out. I'm most interested in them right now.
You know who would have been a good match for him? Becca.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I don't Amy,
She
I
would have
swear to
loved
you.
his
Yes.
feminine
Yes.
side. She would have
And
loved it and
I think
appreciated it.
and I think he would love her
Mm-hmm.
quirky, fun side.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were
100%.
I could see that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Why were they not matched?
I don't
Why was
know.
she
Well,
matched
I
with
don't know.
Austin? I need to understand. I will never understand this. I won't.
I think Austin could be a good match for her. I don't know what's going on with him.
I don't know. I
Like,
don't
and
know.
it's not, I don't want to echo Emily and be like, why don't you bang? But like,
No,
you don't need to bang her, but like, give her something,
something. I
like
know.
some thread to hold on to here.
What do you
Push
think
her
it
up
is?
against a wall and feel her boob. I don't know.
Like I've seen on social people are questioning his sexuality, which I'm not,
No,
but
no, I'm not.
like I just don't what do you like what is it though? Is he just not into her? Is it the religion? Like I really just wish he would say it. Just say it.
I know. Just say
Please.
it.
Just say it already.
Just
Because
say it.
the slow moving pace is not an answer anymore. It's just not. Stop.
It's not. As much as I like him, and I still am holding out hope that he's a decent human being.
I know, me too. I
Um,
don't think he's a terrible human being. I just think he's lying about something.
I think he's
He's
lying too.
not lying. Maybe not
He's
lying. Maybe lying
inauthentic.
yeah.
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 Mhm. All right, guys. If you haven't already, jump in our Facebook group, and if you want to hear some coverage of Sister Wives and all things culty like that, jump on our paid feed. And that's it. That's all we have to talk about. Merch shop is open. Link is in the show notes. Get yourself a ladies of a certain age t-shirt.
I did get the email this morning that my items have shipped. I'm so excited.
That's fun.
Can't wait to get them.
I'm
gonna
usually
wear my
drinking
shirt.
out of my fuck off mug
Janelle?
from
Oh,
Janelle,
okay.
but today I'm not. I got some pottery going. That's it.
I got my favorite mug. My mother-in-law got me this for Christmas, and I love it
very
so
nice.
much. I use it every day, all day.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for listening. We'll see you soon.
Love your bones.